Meg pales over King's response to President of Nigeria about Omid's book, Palace taking legal action. Britain's King Charles seemingly snubbed Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's alleged friend and royal expert Omid Scobie's discriminatory claims by meeting Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He subtly attacked the Harkles in his speech in a smart way. A source reported the king has spoken for the first time since the release of a controversial new royal book on Tuesday. The monarch kicked off his 2-day visit to Dubai on Thursday, ahead of COP28. It comes after Omid Scobie's new book made a number of claims about the royal family. As Charles met the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he was asked, "How are you?" The king, wearing a tanned suit, replied, "I'm alright, thank you, just about, having had a rather ancient birthday recently, recovering from the shock of that." Charles celebrated his 75th birthday on the 14th of November, stepping out for a number of public engagements as well as a private birthday party at Clarence House. The King's meeting with Nigeria's president was the first of a number of bilateral discussions with world leaders. And it was also King Charles's first public comments since fresh controversy erupted over a royal race row, after the Dutch version of Omid Scobie's bombshell book Endgame apparently disclosed names of the alleged royal discriminators. Tom Tugendhat, a minister in the UK government, praised the dignity and grace of King Charles and Princess Catherine after the Dutch version of Omid Scobie's book Endgame reportedly identified them as the two royals who allegedly made remarks about how dark the colour of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's son would be before he was born. During an appearance on Talk TV in the UK on Thursday, Tugendhat was asked about the lack of evidence for the claims against the King and the Princess of Wales. Some individual has written some rumour and scuttlebutt that has made various claims about His Majesty the King that are frankly completely unproven, he said. The King's done a brilliant job for us, not just in the last year since he's been king, but he's been absolutely fantastic for many, many years in arguing in the interests of the British people as Prince of Wales. So frankly, I see this as just rumour, hearsay, and an attempt to disparage somebody who's served our country with enormous dignity and enormous grace for many, many years. Meanwhile, royal insiders have told the Mail that there's complete unity between Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace over their response to the incident, which has been described as deeply unsettling. There's also immense sadness and anger at what's been described as a terrible injustice for those involved. The King's taking the furore over the Omid Scobie's new book very seriously and will consult senior advisors next week on the family's next step. Buckingham Palace is considering all options after two senior royals were named in a Dutch-language edition of the ill-reviewed Endgame. This includes the possibility of legal action. It comes as Scobie, appearing on BBC's flagship Newsnight programme, said he was hurt and frustrated by the week's events. But he refused to apologise to the royals concerned, saying, "It's not for me to apologise because I still want to know what happened." He's previously described it as a translation error, but says an investigation has now been launched. It's ridiculous for Meghan to say that she didn't share her letter with anyone. If she didn't share the information directly, she shared it through a second, third, fourth, or even fifth party. We know with complete certainty that it was not the King. She can deny it until they're ice skating in Hades.